Hey, I wanted to give you a real fast kind of explanation of how the timing is going to be going for these debates over King Leopold, and then kind of further explain what should be happening in each individual section that you have right up here. So if you look here on the screen, you can see exactly how this debate is going to be structured. So the question is, was King Leopold II justified in what he did in the Congo? Now, you guys are already pre-assigned to teams. Some of you are going to be arguing in favor on the affirmative that yes, he was justified in what he does. And some of you will be arguing that no, he was in fact not justified in what he did in the Congo. So the way it's going to be structured is like this. You can see the structure and how this is going to go. There are 12 parts to this. For those of you that are in groups of 3, or those of you that are in groups of 4, we'll have an additional speech added onto the end. I will talk to you individually in class to have this make just a little bit more sense to you. So it's going to start out with the affirmative coming up and giving a 1-minute opening speech. They're going to start by this. It needs to be roughly, as I said, 1 minute. Try not to go much over that. Try not to go much under that. I would recommend that you go over versus going under. That is always going to be the better recommendation when it comes to this style of debate. Make sure you have more to say than not having enough to say. In this, you're basically going to outline the arguments that you are going to be making in this debate, okay? The arguments that your team is going to be making and why you think you are justified in this. After that, there's going to be a 3-minute cross-examination by the negative. Now, the negative, this is where you're going to be asking questions that the affirmative is supposed to answer these questions. These should be questions that you will be using to help build your case and help discredit what they're saying. Work on asking leading questions during this, and don't necessarily go for the knockout punch right away. There is another video I have linked in here as well that explains exactly how to ask a leading question, how to go through with that, and make sure you really trap your opponent so you can use what they say against them later. That's going to go on for 3 minutes. During this 3-minute cross-examination time, anyone on the negative side can ask questions. Anyone on the affirmative side can answer those questions. However, they should be kind of directed toward the stuff that was previously said going forward on that. After that 3-minute time has expired, the negative is going to give their 1-minute introduction, just like the affirmative previously did, where you're going to pretty much go and outline exactly what you talked about, why it's important, and why you are the correct side of the debate. After that, the affirmative is going to get 3 minutes to cross-examine, just like you just did, where the affirmative, any one of those members on that debate can ask the person on the negative, any one of them, a question. It's going to go back and forth for full 3 minutes. Again, focus on asking leading questions. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. After this, the affirmative is going to give a 1-minute rebuttal. This is going to be the second part of their speech, where they're going to again further prove why they are correct and why the other side is not correct. After this, the negative will give a 1-minute rebuttal, again saying why they are correct and the other side is not. This now brings us to point number 7, a 4-minute grand cross-examination. This is when either side can speak and ask questions to the other side. This is just a back and forth. I would highly advise to make sure this does not become a shouting match, because at that point, nothing can be heard by me, your judge, meaning no one's going to be really scoring points at that side. Work on hitting a knockout punch right through here. That's going to go on for 4 minutes. Either one can ask questions. Make sure you are asking questions more than you are answering questions. Next, the negative are going to give a 1-minute rebuttal, again, further speaking on why their side is correct and further attacking and discrediting stuff made by their opponents, the affirmative. After that, number 9, the affirmative will give their 1-minute rebuttal, again proving why they're the correct side and the other side is wrong. At this point, we will enter step number 10 of the debate, which is going to be the grand cross-ex number 2. This is going to be a 4-minute cross-examination, just like the previous cross-examination, where both sides are asking each other questions and students need to respond and answer those questions. Finally, the negative is going to give a closing argument right through here, where they're going to simply state why they are correct and the other side is wrong, finished by the affirmative giving their closing argument why their side is correct and the other side is wrong. After this, the debate will be finished. I will have those of you that had just debated put your head downs. We will vote on who was the winner as the rest of the class, and then we will debrief and discuss what went well, what did not go well, and so forth. If you have any questions, please comment on this video down below or get a hold of me on my email or talk to me in class. Best of luck, and see you later.